Depends. I suspect the first DLC will be a relatively minor one, then the second one will be like a major overhaul. I'm going to skip the relatively minor one because that's going to be mostly flavour. In terms of major, I would like to see the timeline extended to the rise of Alexander the Great. Because a lot of the mechanics in this would hold for the Alexander's era extremely well. You have a lot of small city-states and things which Alexander conquered. And also the mechanics for probably a little bit more political intrigue than there is right now. And maybe factions similar to CK2, that type of thing. And actually the ability to manipulate those factions rather than being entirely beholden to them as we kind of are with the tribal. Well, early on, like recently we've had almost nothing to do with the clans because they're a lot smaller now. And I would really like to get the game to the fall of Rome, but then I think there do need to be a lot more internal mechanics, like to determine stability of your nation as a whole. And having the big empires that would entail, I think does need like that interface overhaul. Like the interface overhaul is the thing that needs to happen first. Bring Alexander would be natural if you look at it. Yeah, exactly. I mean, a whole bunch of these states are already Alexander successor states. The Seleucids, Phrygia, Egypt. Those are all Alexander's successors. Oratory, level 5. And we can call down an omen. Thus, we got the blessing of Tius. Again. Alright, so you need more champions. And a commander. Walram Gudrund is good with archers, horse archers, light infantry, which we are not using. Enslavement efficiency would be nice. I mean, you are also a good commander, you're loyal and no corruption. So, Gundred, welcome to the army. Oh yeah, Julius Caesar is in. Like, the establishment of the empire is in. The game ends with Augustus, I think. Martial advance. Okay, so that's oratory, religious, and martial. We haven't actually looked at the new inventions yet. So, national manpower +5, religious tech investment +5, omen power +5. Power I quite like the idea of. Tribute income, irrelevant, assassinate cost, there you go. To answer your question there, Tuna. Monthly tyranny, and then the military. Military sponsors. Ooh, monthly general loyalty. That would be nice. Starting experience, and then siege engineers. Siege engineers is another useful one. Makes sieges go quicker. Therefore, you lose less manpower while sieging. And we are now losing money. That's not good. Walram gains corruption. I get a lot of money. The city chiefs of Tilitum have taken it upon themselves to free a sizable quantity of privately owned slaves. We could intervene if we think it best. Letting slaves get too comfortable could have repercussions. Tolitum. It's a city name I recognise, but it's not Tantonum, which is the one I was worried about. Where's Tolitum? Oh, it's down here. Ah, it's one of my expansion centres. And those slaves are going to be required, so I'm going to take this, because that gives me more of a bulwark against losing money. Getting that second army has been rather expensive. Although as they gain loyalty to that general, the expense will go down a little. Yeah, I suspect that Julius Caesar is scripted in, as probably is Hannibal and Augustus, possibly Boudica, though I think she was later. import leather? Yes, absolutely. Let the exports continue. Yeah, I reckon he's going to be scripted in much the same way as Napoleon was scripted in EU4. And there is the civic advance, commerce income plus 2.5, and with that we're basically fixing the problems that we had. Enact law cost reduced, national tribesman output plus 5%, and then research points plus 10. Ooh. Ooh. And Dagaretius is now 67. Okroma is still... It's like this was destined. We have the one stability required. I think we have the oratory power required. Government. Show laws. No! Why? Greater than 5. So it needs to be 6 or higher. So we're going to need to wait another 9 years. 9 years. Well, that's going to be less now. More important than any school of mathematics is the study of how to behave and how to apply reason to any situation. Teaching our children this at an early age will usher in a new era of philosophy. And we can also spend this oratory on more citizens, seeing as I don't need to save it up anymore. You want to import furs? Absolutely. We need new elder. You're both equal. He's slightly less loyal, but also not at all corrupt. So we'll go with him. Anyway, the Geraldas are in charge again. How old are you? 58. You should be able to last the 9 years required. Probably. You're a really good commander. No, you're not, actually. So where's the loyalty chance? Which is showing here. Assault ability plus 30%. From what? And that loyalty gain chance and the enslavement efficiency. Where are those modifiers coming from? Don't know. You two still not merged together. I wish that an army not commanded by that commander for a certain amount of time no longer feels loyalty towards them. And wow, we are losing a lot. Oh, because some army just died. We do need to name that army, actually. That's fine. There it is. Just double check we don't have more. Sparrowhawk's legit. Hakon's legit. Okay, so 13th Warhost needs a name. The 13th Warhost will, from henceforth, be known as Skmo. S-E-M-O. There we are. Skmo. A daughter has been born to Okoma. Good. Good. Still losing money, but not much, and this is in fact going to completely fix that problem. Can't move that far that way anymore. 4, 5, 6, 3. So as much as I would love to move further down here, I don't think I really want to. I want to have a relatively flat line across here rather than spreading out all the way down to this and then having like that gap. It would look weird. I don't normally care about border gore, but I'm trying to like impose restrictions on myself so I don't just blob ridiculously. What is my population now? 1.3. So I need to move some slaves into this area. Where are they? Oh, they're all up here in the north. Well, best place that we can move you to would be Arheo. So let's move you to Venadia. Except I can't because we have no civic power. Never mind. Alright, in other words, we are also going to just double check the laws just to make sure it hasn't like reset or anything. Nope. Alright then. Well, in that case, we are going to get some more citizens. Alright, so this is all citizen. Then we're also going to do the same up here. We're going to get rid of the tribesmen. Which there don't appear to be any. And then we'll upgrade to the freemen. There we go. That is actually a huge boost to the number of citizens. 89.7% efficiency. And we're down to October 97, so 7 years. We've gained like a year. See if there's any other better people that we can bring in. Level 9 civics, there's level 10. Level 11 military. Yeah, you're still the best. Alright then. Has anyone tried to play as a client state yet? Wonder how hard it is to break free. Had so much fun doing this in EU4. Don't know. I haven't tried that yet. The residents of Dolum are holding a celebration in honour of their much-loved Governor Walram Gundred. Renowned for his beneficence, tolerance, and common sense. So, on with the celebrations. He gains popularity, he gains prominence, he becomes kindly, and everyone in Dolorum likes him more, or we say no. Yeah, I'm okay with this. He's already got pretty much maxed out prominence anyway. Prominence is the chance that they'll have children. Like, the chance they'll get married and have kids. The more prominent they are, the higher the chance. So if you want a family line to die out, don't let them get prominence. Silavira to Arheo. And we should have a pretty good opportunity to expand from there. What pop do we have in Arheo? 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. Arheo is now colonizable. We just need to wait until we get the 20 civic power required to do so. There are some texts that increase orator or text speed. There are, but I need to research them first. I don't think any of the inventions are available for it yet. Plus I need the civic power to actually do the inventions. That's been the problem. There are so many things that require civic power. It's been kind of difficult to do the inventions and things. Like, the reason Langobards is as big as it is because I've been very good at expanding, but expansion is expensive. Dagaricius has died. Oh no, the wolf. Died in flagrant delictio. Well, at least he died happy. Vestulia needs a new governor. Yes, this is a very important position. Okay. I was thinking I'm never giving Eidgid power, but having a scholar up there would be super helpful actually, because there is a lot of technology being developed here in Vistula. Who was the other one? The Apothecary. Oh, Eidgid. Your benefit is... You're not an Eidgid, although Eidgids are no longer a major power. Oh, and you have... Oh, that's ruler. Don't care about ruler. Yeah, okay, so we are going to replace you. And then we're going to make governor the scholar. And that should generate a lot of technology, because there is a ton of tech up here in Rugia, because we have a lot of citizens up there. In fact, speaking of which, let's go and promote even more. %91.8% efficiency. Slowly but surely getting there. August 97, we just shaved off another 2 months. Was that death by flatulence? No. A feast for Thuriswald. The residents of Brigare are holding a celebration in honor of their much-loved governor. Thuriswald, he literally just got elected. But fine, citizen happiness? Fantastic. On with the celebrations. We do need to make sure that we keep this guy loyal, however. Ah, crap. He is the mega corrupt. That means that he's going to be paid a humongous wage. 7.8 ducats. Ouch! Well, that's his downside. His corruption is finally paying off. Can I improve stability? 300 required, so... 3 months. No, 2 months. And we are making money again. Perfect. Commerce has been re-established. Didn't hear that due to the buffering. No, was the answer, Kalinas. Ooh. Marsinia makes a ton of money. Crikey. So does Rugia, unsurprisingly. Hella Viconia. Oh, that's probably because... And Lugia does too, yeah, unsurprisingly. Okay, that's because of the better governor. Improving the policy strength. Although, that's something I really need to look at, because we're currently using a bunch of really stupid policies. Like, why are we doing happiness here in Quadia? And bleeding them... Okay. This is another place where the culture overview would be super duper helpful. Don't tell me where they are, tell me their culture breakdown. Or preferably both. Is it hard to make a lot of money? Not really. My army maintenance is a lot higher than it should be because I'm tribal. And I make tons of money through commerce, but I have been focusing commerce pretty heavily. And we are currently in mercantile stance. Alright, so Quadia. Are you having problems with culture? Yes. Well, in that case, how about you go on to culture conversion? Canusia is not. Right, is anyone else having obvious problems? Yeah, you are. No, you're not. That hasn't been conquered. It's not ours. Oh, yeah, you are. There's loads of Messianics here. You are on Culture Convert already, never mind. Neristia. There are no tribesmen here anymore, so Neristia, you can probably switch to something else. Where is Neristia? Neristia is tiny, so I'm not going to bother wasting points on it. Total population would be another nice filterable. Nahalavia. See, I don't want that population growth penalty, but then again, province loyalty is already super high, so maybe bleeding them dry isn't necessarily the worst thing. Alright. Buria is still culture converting. And probably needs to continue doing so. Because I do intend to take these 3 provinces, I think. Maybe I'll just take Stakona and then call it done. Which I can in fact do right now. That's a nice border. I think I'm going to call it done there. So then the question is, how much of this needs to be converted? Quite a lot. You are on culture conversion, you're fine. Lugia has that policy. That's part of the reason Lugia is making so much money. Fine. Marcin, no. Alicia, why are you on make everyone happy mode? Everyone's converted. Religion? Religion's fine too. Oh, we need to do some religion work up here. Rugia and Galindia. Rugia already is. Galindia is not. Pretty much everything else here is cheese-stick. Except we're going to have a couple of problems over here as well. But I think they're probably on culture conversion. At least Subcarpathia certainly should be. Subcarpathia is currently on civilization. No, you need to be on conversion. Which we'll need to wait a little while. next month. And then after this, we're going to need to let our points try to build up again. So that we're actually in a position to grab the laws as soon as we're able to. Hey, last man. Do I know that changing governor is free and it changes all the policies in a province? Changing the governor is free, yes, but there is a hidden cost in that it changes all of the policies. So if you had the policies on something you wanted them to be on, then it's super expensive to change them back to whatever policy you want them to be. So changing governors constantly is not actually a good thing, because you keep having to reset the policies, because they don't always choose the best ones. Hey, Valanta. Hate to say it, but Paradox did a fantastic job in the game the period it's set in. Why do you hate to say it? If someone does something good, then you should acclaim them as such. Anyone know how to embark units onto ships? You need to make sure you have more ships than cohorts you're trying to put on the ships. A dispute between Hiroko and Rando has arisen. Both of them have valuable lands that both of them claim. So Rando's loyalty is 60, your loyalty is 63. Split the land between you. Barbarians in my land. Thanks for the warning. I could have stopped that flipping. I do like these fighting animations, especially the spears. I think the spear ones are the best. Like they're the most aggro. Remember, this is not BC. This is since the founding of Rome. BC, we're currently in 162 BC. You can tell that by hovering over. It'll translate. I think we're only actually about 40 years in. No, it must be more than that. I don't actually remember when this game starts. Terrible as that may sound. Right, what do we want? Is there anything which gives us more technology? Otherwise I'll probably take the siege ability. Or the omen power. Or the religious tech investment. The often unpaid domestic priests of the Republic had a rich oral tradition passing down legends, history, and errata. By encouraging the transfer of this knowledge to a more solid medium, we may preserve our tradition for all eternity.